Hi, Genevieve Jacobs from Region Media with this week's news update, which comes from Thor's Hammer in Fyshwick, which is also, as it happens, the home of Women's Shed Canberra. Now, I've got in my hand the Hands Across Canberra and Chief Minister's Charitable Fund Impact Report for 2019-20. Peter Gordon is with me, who's the CEO of Hands Across Canberra, and
Robbie
McGarvey, who is the founder of Women's Shed Canberra. Peter, just to you first, this is the 2019-20 Impact Report, so it probably doesn't include the full impact of last year's sort of horrendous effects for many Canberra charities. What does the report tell us, and what's the situation now?
What the report tells us is that 2020 was an unbelievable year. As we all know, we started the year with great expectations. We communicate with the 300 charities we work with a lot. We asked them what effect they were feeling from the bushfires, and we started to build a whole support program around that. All of a sudden, the COVID hit, and then we put the brakes on. We changed everything we did. We surveyed the charities again, and 97% were profoundly affected by the COVID issues, mainly in terms of their ability to raise money and the way they had to deliver services. They needed more technology to deliver service differently. So we changed completely our grant system, our relationship programs with them. We ran an appeal, a COVID recovery appeal, which was very successful, and we ran a grant round with the Snow Foundation, John James Foundation. So we ended up having the biggest year we've ever had in the worst year we've ever had. So in terms of the work that we did, we generated over $2 million for the charitable sector in that first half of 2020, which was just phenomenal.
So Canberra really stepped up and continues to step up. That goes to the work that Women's Shed Canberra does. Tell us a little bit about it just at first.
Yeah, sure, Genevieve. So what it is, it's a non-profit organisation that's opened up a workspace for women of all ages in the ACT and regional areas. And we're not actually working out of a self-built building, but we're using resources that are already in the community. And in particular, Thor's Hammer, Thor has given us this venue every Saturday from 10 to 1. And the Hughes Community Shed, which is supported and run by CODA, have given Women's Shed Canberra every Tuesday. So we can then open up to the women who are not working, and they can come in to work in both venues, like Thor's Hammer on a Saturday and the Hughes Community Shed on a Tuesday.
So what sort of projects get done here? Who's using these spaces?
Yeah, so the age groups are ranging from quite young women to older 17-year-olds and everything in between. And we're making things like possum houses, book display units. The women are bringing their own projects and then accessing knowledge and skills from the tutors that we have teaching on the days. So it really meets the needs of the women in the community. And we've had a lot of women come out of COVID too who have been quite isolated, and this has given a really great social connection as well as becoming competent with tools.
So it's a fantastic series of projects that touches people when they're perhaps isolated, they might be vulnerable, they're needing community and connection. Peter, that sounds like bang on the kind of Canberra community project we love from Hands Across Canberra. And of course you are dealing with literally hundreds and hundreds of Canberra charities, many of them quite small, like Women's Shed Canberra, that need to focus on their frontline services rather than on the fundraising.
At the core of what Hands Across Canberra is about belonging. If everyone in Canberra feels as though they belong, we're all okay. We all know that everybody in Canberra is not okay. We all know that organisations like the Women's Shed, and what Robbie's done is phenomenal. She's got a waiting list now of women who are just pouring out of their houses and apartments to say, I want to be reconnected. I want to learn some skills, but mainly I want to be reconnected in the community. And so we can't do it with organisations like the Women's Shed.
And we couldn't do our work without the funding that we've received from Hands Across Canberra, because this has helped us to actually pay for skilled tutors and builders to come and help us teach the women, and it's been phenomenal. We have 65 paid members and 65 waiting to come in, so the membership will be reopening again on Monday.
So the buzz of the workshop is all just starting up again around us. Robbie, it's a brilliant project, and it's great to know that Hands Across Canberra can be supportive. That's where your donations go. Yet another piece of really good Canberra news out of Hands Across Canberra and all the energy that's donated across this community to making great stuff happen. Also making news on the website this week, more woes for Brindabella Christian College, which at the moment is under investigation from fair trading. Disappointed former parents have decided to take the consumer route to try to get some of their problems solved. We're talking about the millionth orange scooter trip. The scooters are, of course, a million, I know. It's absolutely everywhere, those scooters. So Neuron e-scooters have racked up those number of trips. We've got a first-hand experience of what it's like to get the AstraZeneca vaccine from Damien Larkins, who's our social media manager. He's in one of the vulnerable groups, and the vaccine hit him hard, but he said he would absolutely do it again. And also the latest analysis on the Canberra radio ratings, some very wild fluctuations indeed. Is it the pandemic? Is it this year's Married at First Sight reality television villain? Go on to the Riot Act, join in our great big Canberra conversation. We've got daily and weekly newsletters that drop into your inbox. Sign up and participate. We're to go. The machines are starting up again here. I'm Genevieve Jacobs. This is Region Media.